Welcome to TalkAsia's afternoon talk show. With us today are representatives from ExxonMobil, Shell, and the Russian government. So why don't you start us off by telling us in 30 seconds or less about what you believe your role will be in the future of the energy sector in Central Asia.
So let me start off by thanking you guys for having me on the show. I believe that Shell so far, we've outlined very sustainable modes of investment within Central Asia. We've been looking to partner with these countries, not only help their people invest in their infrastructure, but also give them the technologies that they need as well as the training that they need to really extract the vast amount of resources that they have in the region. By investing in infrastructure and pipelines, we believe that we can open up the Central Asian markets to new areas, and we look forward to working with these countries.
All right, thank you.
Yes, the Russian government has been currently working on strengthening the shared infrastructure in Central Asia. As the major power in the region, what we really want to do is formulate the Eurasian Economic Community and move forward with substantial reforms and trade agreement so that we may strengthen ourselves and compete with the European Union and market ourselves as the best source for energy in the future, moving forward internationally.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for having me. ExxonMobil has been continuing with its sound business practices and its tradition of moving forward carefully and not jumping into risks and trying to grab assets that might hurt us in the long run. With that, we've been examining each country individually and trying to see what might benefit us most, while at the same time staying committed to our traditional values of environmental standards, which some other companies in the area might have failed to regulate, and also workplace standards. So with that, we've just been trying to increase trade, increase our assets, and maybe in the future look at the possibility of pipeline expansion.
All right, so let's start off with our second round of questions, and the first question will go to you, Mr. R.S. Franklin, President of Upstream Ventures at Exxon. So earlier today, Exxon had been vying for an increased share in the Kashagan oil consortium after ConocoPhillips had dropped out of the venture. However, Exxon lost out on all available shares, as the full 8.4%, formerly belonging to ConocoPhillips, were sold to Shell, losing out to your major competitor. Must have been a major blow. How has this recent turn of events impacted Exxon, and what steps do you plan to take in the upcoming months?
Well, the loss in the Kashagan oil field has been minimalized, really, just because when you look at first of all, the upcoming winter in Kashagan that's showing that there might be environmental problems, it really plays into the whole issue of North Caspian oil extraction, natural gas extraction, it's a very difficult technical process that, in the long term, ExxonMobil is not sure of our commitment to. It's really a difficult question as to how much we really valued those shares there in the first place. On top of that, there have been some rumors of foul play involved as far as acquiring the shares go. And ExxonMobil, as I said before, is committed to workplace standards. So in the future, we're just staying committed to those values, and we're moving forward trying to obtain more assets in Central Asia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. So the next question is, how great of an impact do you expect the recent oil spill to have on the company, and how has this affected your plans on moving forward?
So let me just start by saying this. In terms of the Slagi 4 region, the implementation of various contingencies that we already had in place have worked successfully. So far, we've been getting a lot of positive reports as to we were able to close the drill from letting go of more oil. We were able to sort of effectively deal with it from a PR standpoint and sort of assess the effects of the spill on the people within the region. And more importantly, we were able to sort of move a lot of our discretionary research funds into contingencies in the future. So I think moving forward, Shell is now better poised to mitigate risks, and also we'll be having better oversight on all of our drills.
All right, and the last question. All of the evidence seems to implicate Gazprom for being responsible for the recent oil spill. How is the government currently planning on resolving this issue, and what actions have you taken to ensure the safety of the public in affected areas?
Yeah, well, certainly. We decided as the presidential cabinet to go ahead and have a second meeting with Shell and really negotiate a new contract for the next 10 years that would focus on a new and more practical approach to energy harvesting. And so one of the things that we did was, as the Russian government, we decided that Russian corporations should take on an equal responsibility for the oil spills with Shell. And so I think that was something that was good moving forward, and we're really happy with our progress that we've made, and we don't think that with new technology that Shell has, that there will be further problems in the future.
All right, thank you for your answers. Thank you for joining us today on TalkAsia. Your answers have been insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.